That is our next guest, Arnaldo Dos Santos, distributing water in Caracas. He lives in Vancouver. He's been in Canada for more than 20 years, but originally is from Venezuela, and he was back there for business when the quakes struck. Since then, he's been helping with distributing supplies, using his own funds, as well as donations from the Venezuelan community in Vancouver and elsewhere. And Arnaldo Dos Santos joins us now by phone. Describe what you've been seeing in Venezuela.
Yes, well, thank you for giving me the opportunity to really speak on behalf of everybody over here in Venezuela. It's been a truly devastating experience. Personally, I was caught on a 14th floor of a high rise during the earthquake, so it was the most traumatizing experience I've ever had to go through. But the aftermath of what happened, it has been incredibly, it's indescribable what I could see here. The bodies and the buildings completely collapsed, and people on the street and children, and it's unthinkable. Honestly, it's something that is really difficult to describe.
And how widespread is the scale? I'll tell you why I'm asking that question. In some earthquakes, there'll be pockets of damage and large areas that are unscathed. That's what it was like, for example, in San Francisco in 1989. I was down there. That earthquake was about a 6.9 magnitude. Tell us about the magnitude, the scope of the damage you're seeing.
So in the Caracas metropolitan area, there are specifically 2 neighborhoods that have been completely affected. There are over 15 buildings that are completely destroyed and completely collapsed. But as you take a drive down to the northern coastal area of La Guaira, that has been the hardest hit area in Venezuela. I would say probably close to 80 to 85% of that whole area is gone.
That is mind-boggling. That would be an enormous challenge for any community. But we're talking about Venezuela, and we know in Canada that this is a country that has been going through hard times for a long time, and I assume that makes it more difficult to try to deal with this damage.
Well, that's exactly it. As a country, everybody knows that we've been through a lot over the last 27 years. And just to put it into context, in 1999, the exact same area of La Guaira had a massive tragedy when that whole area suffered mudslides to the point where thousands of people died and buildings completely collapsed. And it's been exactly 27 years after that tragedy, and there were still buildings that had not recovered from that damage. So now imagine having this kind of tragedy happen again. I don't think without really help from the international community, I don't think we're going to be able to recover from this.
How are people doing there? Like when you see people on the street, when you hand out water to people, how are they doing?
Well, you know what? As a Venezuelan, we're a community of try to help our peers, and people are sad, people are frustrated, they're suffering. There are thousands of families all over the city that are homeless now, and they have children. Yesterday I was distributing camping tents because people are just sleeping on the sidewalk. There are children that are as young as 1 month old and 6 months and 2 years old, and they have nothing. They were hanging on to my clothes, just begging for anything I could give them.
That's terrible. And we're told, this, right, in Vancouver, that prepare to fend for yourself maybe for 48 hours, 72 hours, if there were to be a big earthquake. But we're well beyond 48 hours and 72 hours in Venezuela. But the need is so great. And so for Canadians who are watching this now, and they want to help, what can they do?
Well, listen, there are a lot of organizations that have come up to try and offer help. But on a personal side, I'm here, boots on the ground. I'm dealing with this. I'm not working with any independent organization. It's just me families and friends are sending me money directly and with my own funds as well. I'm here, like, just loading up the vehicle with anything I can buy. Formula for the kids and diapers and foldable cribs and mattresses and camping tents and water. Medicine is a big one. The medical supplies is something that lags a lot here. So we've been buying a lot of that and distributing to different medical centers that don't have the capacity to deal with such a tragic, influx of people.
Yeah, well, thank you for what you're doing. I will say, in my experience, there are obviously you're doing a lot of good, and the people who know you can get in touch with you. And more widely, there are the well-known, credible aid organizations that are there to help out, right? So people can get in touch with them.
Yes.
And help them out. And what I've learned over the years too is not to send things, but to send money, and then those agencies will buy things locally, as you've been doing, right? And to, in a small way, help out a devastated economy as well. Arnaldo Dos Santos, a Vancouver resident in Venezuela, helping out. Thank you very much for speaking with us.
Thank you for the time.